Okay, I want to say before this video begins, you're about to hear me talk about the Jeep, and I'm going to give you an update on the Jeep. You're going to see it and everything. But what I want you to know, pay attention right now. We will be I say in the video, like, we're going to call in a couple days, or I'm going to try to edit that part out. But in case, like, I'm talking about it, we are in fact calling the winner of the Jeep tomorrow. We will be calling the winner of the Jeep tomorrow. If you're watching this video tonight, if you're watching it the day after I upload it, which a lot of you will be, we're going to be calling to that day, the same day that you're watching this. So we're going to be calling the 15th at noon Eastern time. That's when we're calling. So tomorrow, it's like happening. You're probably going to be watching this tomorrow, and that's when we're going to be calling. So if you haven't gotten a call yet, that's fine. But we will be calling on the 15th tomorrow at noontime Eastern time. So 9 o'clock if you're in California, and so on and so forth. So again, on the 15th, at noon is when we're calling the winner of the Jeep. Have your phone ready, and if you see a 717 number, don't hang up. Answer it.
Welcome to Chain Designs. How can I help you?
Dude, you're sitting behind I didn't even see you back there. What are you doing?
Just eating a ham sandwich.
Really? Oh, wow. Packed your own lunch?
Yeah.
Look at that new system. Pretty cool, right? But yeah, we're going to do the same thing as we did with the Corvettes. We're going to fly you in. We're going to have a great time. Fly you in. Drive you in, whatever we got to do to get you here, depending on how far away you live. And as you can see, the Jeep is not going anywhere. It's right here. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. But if you don't, you might not have seen the cargo net. So you're going to get the cargo net, the soft top. There's like a bunch of different like random parts we have with it that we're just, you know, throwing in. It's got the new black wheels on there. They're not all banged up like the old ones were. Yeah. Looking good. It's got a few final posters signed for you. Sorry, some orders were left over from when I left on vacation, and so they're a little bit late, but I got them done, and I'm sorry for the wait. Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. So, got a little update for you on the OBS truck today. This is going to be the big truck update. This is going to be the video that decides how we move forward after the accident, and I got to be honest, I don't really know, but I'm going over to Steve's. I'm gonna get my wheels and tires, and I know you guys want to see a Grandpa Vet update, and that's gonna be coming at you shortly here for when we go roll racing at Pocono. That should be up soon. So I got a lot, and GT500 videos coming as well. Got a lot going on right now, like even too much. Beaver, thankfully, allowed me to borrow a Silverado while the green truck is dead. So I got a lot, definitely got a lot going on. The GT500 is getting new mods and should be done getting wrapped here in a couple of days. So it's gonna be busy, but it should be fun. Right now, let's head to Steve. We'll get the Duramax, we'll head to Steve's, and we'll check out the green truck. Actually, we'll take the red truck. Give the old dirty girl a rest. Real quick update for you. Hold on, let me put the AC down. It's blasting right at the camera. Gonna be bad wind noise. To give you guys a little behind the scenes here, you can see Shane, Beaver, and I are all texting, and it looks like we're gonna be announcing the Jeep winner tomorrow. He said he's ready, I'm ready. I said tomorrow I'm down. So that's gonna be tomorrow, the 15th. We have arrived at Send It Steve's house. You can see the small cam vet over there, the Bruce over here, the big Honda Civic on 44s. Actually doesn't look that tall next to the OBS. That was a pretty high truck. That truck was almost as high as my Duramax was. Big old 44-inch tire there. Wow, nice cut in the tire. So that's always interesting. And here is the truck. Now this is what we did find, which I don't think I really showed up close in the video from last night. But what we got here is definitely a brake line that rusted out right here. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, there's no fluid left. There's a lot of fluid coming from right there. So it looks like the rear brakes definitely did let go. And, you know, I'm just glad he's okay. Again, like, I was not upset about it. A lot of people were like, you know, how aren't you mad? Or, you know, did the brakes really go out? They definitely did. These old Chevys are notorious for not having good brakes. And, you know, he's got a big, heavy wheel and tire on it. So he had no rear brakes. The front brakes were bad, plus the big wheel and tire. I mean, he probably had like 20% of the braking power he should have had. But yeah, I truly do not blame him at all. And you know, a lot of times people say like, oh, the important thing is nobody got hurt. Well, that's really, really true. You know, sometimes I think people just say it because it's kind of like a saying, but really, I mean, I'm so thankful that he wasn't hurt, because number one, I would feel really bad for his family and the people who love him and care about him. I mean, he's been my friend for years as well. But number two, I would feel so bad myself. I mean, I can't even imagine living with the guilt of, you know, somebody getting hurt or worse in a vehicle that I lent them. And I, you know, it was perfectly fine when I gave it to him. The brakes were working well. I mean, they weren't great, but everything worked. And I would never lend somebody a vehicle that I knew had issues. Besides, it's an old truck. I mean, I drove the thing every day. It was my daily driver for a while. So I felt like it was a good, reliable vehicle, and it turns out the rear brakes just kind of let go. Now the front brakes, I did all new brake lines, you can see. So the front is good. So at least, you know, the brakes didn't go out entirely, or, I mean, we might be having a different conversation. The good part, the damage, and it's not awful, but it's not great either. So at first glance, you know, everything kind of looks good, and you'd say, oh, just a fender and some lights, but there is a lot more in there. So we got a grille, headlights, fender for sure, potentially a hood as well, although that might be able to be fixed. And then the real bad stuff is in here. So it definitely needs... Steve's neighborhood is crazy. Everyone's always out. So it definitely needs a whole new steering box, and, you know, all the steering components, all that's jacked up. We think the frame is tweaked, because if you look at that right there, and a few people commented this, and it might not come through in the videos very well, but look at how bent in that frame is. They do have an indent there. So it's not like it's that bad. Whereas it's not like it's supposed to be flat, but it looks pretty tweaked. And just based on where the upper control arm is mounted, the control arm is definitely jacked up, that's for sure. And it's not just like out of adjustment. The arm itself, I think, is bent pretty bad. Even the front brake line now is like all loose. You can see that bracket there is all jacked up on this side, bent completely over from where it was. So we're looking at probably $400 or $500 up front to get everything fixed. You know, luckily parts are cheap, but $400 or $500 at the least, and then probably another $100 for the rear and you know, the labor and whatnot. So I feel like I would be in, I mean, I'm just gonna round up and say about $1,000 to fix the truck, and that's gonna fix it, but not even fix the frame. So I'm looking at $1,000 and a truck with a bent frame, potentially other issues, or I can scrap it entirely and start over on a new truck. I can take off my wheels and tires, use them on the next project. If you remember, I got this truck for $1,200. The Blazer was $1,500, and then I would have a new truck. I mean, not a new truck, but, you know, a much better truck for around the same money, and it would require a lot less work, which, as you guys might know, I'm not a big DIYer. I do a lot of, you know, little stuff at home, like I'll do some projects here and there, but I'm not big on the mechanical stuff. It's not really my thing. I don't like doing it. I feel like the best move for me is to scrap it. We'll find a new one. It's a big bummer for sure. Like I wanted it to get done. I like it even the way it is. I was daily driving it, like I said. I have no problems driving a truck like this. It was fun. It looked good. It even looks good now. But I feel like it's definitely, at this point, for me, more trouble than it's worth. I can get something better. I can maybe find one with a better body. So that's the route that I'm going to do. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and pop these Pro Comps off. Okay, Chevy, it's time to be an organ donor. He signed up for this. He had it on his driver's license. He said he wanted to donate his organs if anything ever happened. So we're taking some organs. And I really should have brought my cordless impact, but I have an old-fashioned tire iron, so this is gonna suck a little bit. Yeah, they can stay with the truck. I'm not even gonna bother taking them off. I got 2 more at home anyway, but yep, there they go. My lift kit, my spacers. I guess that's really it. It's kind of all I did to it. Oh, so this one was really hard to get off, and you can see literally bits of metal. That's what a cheap spacer gets you. Holy crap. Look at that. Look at that. Jeez. Okay, well, sad to leave her like that. Whoa, almost fell. Sad to leave her like that, but I feel like sitting it on the ground will be funny, and I will help Steve jack it up. He's camping right now, so when he gets home, he has no idea I'm doing this. He's gonna see that, and it'll be funny. But yeah, that's it for the OBS build. If you want to see more, check out Steve's channel as advertised on the side of that giant Honda Civic. And that's it for me. Goodbye, old girl. It was fun.